Okay, hi everyone, welcome back. And in this update, we are going to check out the Litecoin's price chart. And I think the last time that we talked about LTC, we were right around the highs and we were saying, if you want to be optimistic, then okay, your only option is to consolidate in here for a little bit and then have yet another move on the upside. And we said specifically, we really do not want to see a strong move down in order to take this important low about, let's say, $87 area, because that is going to confirm this is indeed an ABC zigzag, meaning our move down is simply not over. And at the same time, we said overall in Litecoin, we are going to remain still 100% optimistic. Why is that? Because there's a very high chance we do have actually an impulsive structure on the upside in this phase, followed by that this is a slow and choppy move down. And well, this means after this correction is over, we can expect yet another move up, and that I would say pretty much played out. However, pay attention, I don't really think that we are completely out of the woods yet, and I'm going to talk about what is going on in like very short term in this specific area. So you see, if you want to argue that we're gonna have our final low around here, then okay, you need to be able to find naturally off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up in terms of Helios waves. This specific example is an impulse. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of 5 wave, wave 3 is simply not allowed to be the smallest wave. And in terms of the sub waves, you know the story in case that you are a regular viewer. 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for wave 2 and 4 we can have many different possibilities. Let's say ABC into 4 and a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see, are we able to find something like that starting from the lowest low down here? And the spoiler alert, I think the answer is yes, and here is how I can argue that. I think from here to about probably these areas, we are actually having a series of 1-2s. And what do I mean by that? I'm thinking, let's zoom more a little bit, excuse me, there we go. This might be a wave 1 correction for 2, another move up into wave 3, probably an ABC zigzag into wave 4 with like very small C leg. I know it does look a bit odd, but it is possible to have something like this. And then we are having another move up into wave 5. Now, this white 5 wave is probably going to be into a larger degree wave 3, and right now we may have a correction for 4. And what's next? Again, another move into wave 5, and let's change the colors, there we go. And then this orange 5 wave up, even at that point it's going to be into a wave 3 correction for 4, another move into wave 5, and the story once more is going to be the same. Off of the lowest low we are having yet another 1 or 2 big move into wave 3 correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. So in Litecoin, I think right now this is probably the best bullish possibility that we can come up with, indicating this move up seems like that is actually far from over. Now, if this scenario is going on, then okay, I'm going to guess this move up is actually going to get extended quite a bit. Why is that? That comes down to what is happening on some higher degrees. Let's go on H4 time frame. So you see, in Litecoin, if something like this is happening, odds are on a higher degree, this whole 5 wave on the upside is going to be into a wave 3. And what is one very important characteristic of that move into wave 3? You know the answer. It's being kind of a strong and sharp move on the upside. And so far, this is a good move. Do not get me wrong, but it is absolutely 100% not enough. This is, in my view, going to get very much extended in case we are having discount happening at the moment in LTC. Now, in terms of classic patterns and also classic TA, I'm not really sure if you're a big fan of them, but if you do, here's the thing. In LTC, basically, we have been stuck in this ranging pattern for how long is it? It has been almost 8 months. And the moment that we get a break out of this pattern on the upside, you are at that point going to see our move up in Litecoin accelerate quite a bit. But as long as we are staying inside this pattern, I think makes sense to argue that we can have some more chopping around. And again, it's not going to be a bad sign at all. And here's the thing. Every single analyst at any given moment should be able to come up with a bullish and also a bearish count at the same time. And so far in today's update, we talked about all the bullish possibilities. But what about a potential bearish count? You see, that suggests instead of having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe in LTC, these are just the subwaves for, excuse me, a simple A, B, C zigzag. And how can we say whether this or the previous bullish scenario is in play? The answer is we really cannot say anything for sure. We're just going to go based on what is possible. But here is what I have to say. If we see a move down in Litecoin, and in that move, we take this important slowdown here about $76. At that point, how exactly are you able to find in this whole move on the upside a 5 wave? From my view, it is going to be so hard to find a 5 wave to a degree that is probably not going to be anybody's primary case. And at that point, you are going to see me being just a bit bearish in like very short term and arguing odds are this is going to continue, and in it we are going to once more, unfortunately, take the lowest slowdown here about $63.50. But as long as we are not having something like this, a very strong move down, I think we are allowed to remain optimistic in LTC, and let's hope this count is playing out. And again, you want to remember, the moment that we get a break out of the higher band of this region, you are going to see some serious fireworks. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Litecoin. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.